What is up, everybody? It is me, Josh, and welcome back to the channel Josh's Brick Studios. And today, guys, I thought I'd do a bit of a different video because today I wanted to do a video ranking the August 1st LEGO Star Wars 2025 sets from worst to best. So guys, we've got 9 incredible sets or 9 sets to go through. So if you've enjoyed today's video, please give it a massive thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And without further ado, let's get into today's video. So guys, at the bottom of the list, we have the set number 75431, the 327th Star Corps Clone Trooper Battle Pack. Guys, this is a cool set, no doubt about it. It's going to have 258 pieces, recommended 7+. The thing that I feel puts it at the bottom of the list is the price tag of $60. This is by far the most expensive battle pack we have ever had. In my opinion, I feel like it's definitely not worth it. We do get quite a few minifigures, which, okay, is pretty cool. We'll admit the Walker does look pretty cool and the Spider Droid does look very awesome as well. We do get 4 clones and we also end up having only 3 Super Battle Droids, which is a bit of a shame. Would have been awesome to have that extra sort of droid to have like an equal sort of battle. But unfortunately, they didn't give that to us. The minifigures themselves look okay, I guess. The shoulder pads are quite cool, especially with these ones. These are no longer the cloth sort of shoulder pads we've gotten in the past. These are actual pieces, which is definitely very nice to see. As I said, I do like the overall design of it, but I had to put it at the bottom of the list, mainly for the price and for a couple of other things. But overall, guys, it is a very awesome set. If you are able to get this a little bit cheaper or on sale, definitely highly recommend people waiting for this to go a bit cheaper. Guys, the next set we have is set number 75414, the Force Burner Snowspeeder. This set's going to have 350 pieces, recommended 7+, and it's going to retail for 80 Australian dollars. Now this one, I will admit, does look pretty cool. I like the overall sort of, I love the minifigures that we get. We do get a couple of speeders, which is definitely very nice as well. I do like the colors they used. I just don't know how it sort of looks. I find it to be a little bit weird. I get that this is from Rebuild the Galaxy, and I understand that the whole concept of the show was everything was all over the place, but it's just very weird. I guess for this being a 7+ set, it will be pretty cool, you know, if you're just probably getting started with Lego, or you're someone a little bit younger, feel like somebody a little bit older or something like that will definitely not pick this set up. If you obviously wanted to, it will be definitely very cool to see the overall look at it in person and everything. These are just photos at the moment. As I said, I do like the colors. It will definitely pop in a Star Wars collection, considering that a lot of Star Wars sets have a lot of grays and stuff like that. So it will definitely pop. But as I said, I'm not a big fan of it. These are all my opinions, guys. So, you know, you can have your other opinions and feel free to leave them in the comments below. But these are my opinions, and this is the list that I decided to come up with my worst and most favorite sets for August 1st. So yeah, guys, as I said, it is pretty cool if you're someone a little bit younger that is collecting Lego or just started collecting. But for me, I'm not the biggest fan of this set. The next one we have, guys, is set number 75432, the V19 Torrent Starfighter with 567 pieces, recommended 9+, and this set's going to be retailing for $100. Now, when we got this set revealed a couple of days ago, I was really excited to see this set, but once I started looking a little bit more into it, I did actually begin to realize how small of this set it is. We do get quite a couple cool minifigures, which is definitely very awesome. I love to see the minifigures, they're definitely very cool, but the overall V19 Torrent Starfighter is very, very small. It is going to be quite expensive at that $100 mark, which is very expensive for what we are getting. You know, I do feel like Lego sets have definitely been sort of downgraded or become a lot smaller than what we've gotten in the past, which is a very big shame, considering that, you know, we always hope that as we go on, sets do get better and bigger, but unfortunately we've sort of gone backwards. We've gone from bigger to smaller, which is a very big shame. Now, everybody, including myself, we always say having smaller sets is always, like, it is bad. But at the same time, it is sort of good as well, because as I've said in the past on streams and everything, as we get more and more sets, we do get quite a few big ones, and the big ones do take up a lot of space. So having smaller sets is a lot easier to display and put on shelves. But at the same time, if you are spending a lot of money, like $100 for example, on a Lego set, you expect to have something a little bit bigger. But unfortunately, it's a really small set. You know, it is a very awesome one, I will admit. I love the overall concept of it. I think that the pieces they've used is definitely very cool. The overall design of it is very nice as well, I will admit. But it's just very, very small, which is a very big shame. And that's really the only thing that's let this set down, is the sort of the size of it. Everything else I feel is pretty cool. I do like, as I said, the overall shape, the design, the colors they've used. The minifigures are great, but unfortunately the size of it is letting this set down a lot. And the next one we have, guys, is set number 75433, the Jango Fett Starship with 707 pieces, recommended 9+, and it's going to be retailing for 109 Australian dollars. So, when this set did first come out, I actually thought that this was a very awesome set. We did get the UCS model back in May, which was a $500 Lego set. Now, if you're obviously somebody that, you know, obviously can't afford $500 to spend on a Lego set, this is definitely something that I feel a lot of people might get. I think this is a very awesome one, I will admit. I think the overall concept, the design, the colors, just the overall shape of it, Lego's done a really awesome job. I do like the minifigures we get in this set as well. And just having a look at it, it does look very cool. We do get a small little sort of vehicle where you can display your starship on, which I thought was very nice as well. As I said, the minifigures are great, and I just love the overall design of it. I think Lego's done a really good job with this set. $109, a little bit expensive. It is a lot smaller, obviously, than the UCS model, but I feel like this is a very awesome one that would go better or go good with the other Slave one we got a few years back, I think, when we had the sort of same shape and size as this one. So, very awesome one. I'm excited for this. Hopefully, I'm able to pick it up. And yeah, definitely a very cool set. Now, the next one we have, guys, is set number 75434, the K2SO Security Droid with 845 pieces, recommended 10+, and it's going to retail for 150 Australian dollars. Now, this one's a very awesome one, guys, but this is a very awesome buildable character. I think this one's done very well. The one thing that is letting me down the most on this set, in my opinion, is the overall head. I think that the head does look very weird on this set. They have used Technic pieces for the eyes, which I thought was very weird. I love the overall design of like the legs, the arms, and the overall body. I think that's very cool. It does have a little sort of base, which I think is very nice as well. And it's also going to have a plaque as well with the small K2SO minifigure. The box art does look very nice as well. As I said, it's going to be recommended 10+. But yeah, as I said, guys, the one thing that is letting me down on this set, in my opinion, is the head. I think the head is a little bit too small for the size of it, and just the overall design of the face is just throwing me off a little bit. But the overall thing is very cool. If I decide to get this set, maybe it might look a bit different in person, but looking at the photos, guys, that face is a little bit weird. But overall, very awesome set, and yeah. The next one we have, guys, is set number 75430, the Wicket the Ewok set with 1010 pieces, recommended 12+, and it's got retail for 200 Australian dollars. I did do a video on this a couple of days ago, so feel free to check that video out. Having a look at this set, guys, when it first came out, I was very surprised. I thought this set did look very cool. I love the overall design of it. I think Lego done a really good job with the overall design. I love the pieces they used. They've used a lot of those like claw pieces, which I thought were very nice. They used the dark brown, the lightish brown, and sort of like the tannish brown as well, which I thought was very nice. It does come with a plaque with obviously the minifigure Wicket, which I thought was very cool. It does come with a spear, which is also a very nice touch. I did say in my other video, I love the overall hand designs and the foot designs, and the face does look very cool, very sort of fluffy looking. And I think, like, as I said, I think Lego's done a really good job with this set. I think it's a very cute looking build, and there's not really much more to say about it except it's cool, it's cute, it's coming out on August the 1st, and I am looking forward to this set. Next one we have, guys, is set number 75, 413, the Republic Juggernaut, with 813 pieces, recommended 9+, and it's going to retail for 250 Australian dollars, also coming out on the 1st of August. And guys, this set has gotten a lot of people. I've heard a lot of bad things about this set, and I have to agree with a lot of the things people are saying. This set is very, very small. That price of $250 I feel is way too expensive for what we are getting. Don't get me wrong, I think the minifigures we get, fantastic. I do get quite a few minifigures, which is very awesome. So minifigures, great, spot on. They've done a really good job on that. The overall build though, I do like the overall build of the Juggernaut, but I feel, again, it is way too small for that price of $250. Having a look at, you know, closer up, there is quite a cool interior. I think Lego done sort of a good job with the interior, but it's just very, very small. We haven't gotten a Juggernaut or Turbo Tank in such a long time. And as we've said, and as other people have said, Lego has downsized their sets so much, and this Juggernaut is a perfect example of it. We have gone from like bigger Juggernauts all the way to the 2025 set, and this one is the smallest by far, which is a very big shame because you are spending quite a bit of money on a set like this. $250 is a lot of money to spend on a Lego set, and unfortunately, this is quite a shame to have a smaller Juggernaut. But as I said, if you're able to find this set a bit cheaper or something, highly recommend, you know, getting this set. If it was a little bit more cheaper, it'd probably be a little bit worth it. I do like the overall designs of the wheels. I do like that the axles can move in different ways, judging on the sort of terrain that you put it on, which is very cool. But again, it just comes down to the size and everything. It'd be very hard to sort of play with or put all your minifigures on, and even like that small like tower on the very top of the set where you can put a minifigure as like a spy, unfortunately, is very small for the minifigure, and the minifigure is like a lot bigger looking on that than what it is supposed to be, which is a very big shame. As I said, minifigures are great, but unfortunately the size of it has let us down. And guys, we are on to the top 2 best Lego Star Wars sets for August 1st, and that is set number 75435, the Separatist MTT, with 976 pieces, recommended 9+, and it's going to retail once again 250 Australian dollars, also releasing on August 1st. And guys, another absolute incredible set. Lego, will admit, are going to be launching quite a few Star Wars sets in August, and there are quite a few really cool ones, so definitely very cool, which is definitely very cool. I'm very happy with the MTT. I think Lego's done a really fantastic job on this set. Once again, we get quite a few minifigures. The overall design of the MTT is very cool. I love the colors, the shape. Lego's done a really good job on that. Again, a little bit smaller than we've gotten in the past, but it does look very cool. And I feel like this one is a very awesome one. It's probably one of the most exciting ones I'm excited for, and I'm hoping to pick this up within the couple of days that it launches. But I'm very happy with this. I think Lego's done a really good job with this set. I love the overall design, the play features, the interior, the droids, the minifigures, everything in this set I feel is very, very cool. And I'm just very happy to finally, once again, be getting an MTT. And yeah, as I said, I definitely want to build up my clone army and my Clone Wars set, so this is definitely one on my list. So yeah, as I said, very exciting. Minifigures are great, the set overall is great, and I think Lego's done a really good job. As I said, a little bit smaller than we've got in the past, but it is definitely super exciting, and yeah, I'm very happy with this set. And guys, at number 1 is set number 75417, the Ultimate Collector Series AT-ST Walker, with 1,513 pieces, recommended 18+, and is going to retail for 300 Australian dollars. And guys, What an incredible set. Haven't gotten a UCS ATST in such a long time, and it's really good to see it come back once again, looking a lot better, a lot smoother, and very, very cool. I must say I am very pleased with this set. I'm actually very surprised about the price. I thought it was going to be a little bit more expensive. I was actually thinking around the $400 mark, but to see it at $300, but it is definitely very cool. And when you compare that to the MTT and the Juggernaut, you can definitely see for an extra $50 we are getting quite a few more pieces, which is very surprising. This set does obviously come with one minifigure, being the ATST pilot. It does come with the UCS plaque, but the overall build is very nice. It's not huge, but it is definitely not small. I think LEGO's done a very good job, I must say. The overall design, the head is very cool. The legs are very cool as well. They're not too skinny or anything. They're very nicely detailed. Even the feet are very nicely detailed as well. But I am a very big fan of the head. I think the turrets look great. Even the side turrets are very awesome as well. You do get the small little lid on top where you can put your minifigure in, as well as the small little shutters for the eyes, which is definitely very awesome. And as I said, LEGO's done a very awesome job with this set. You know, that's the second UCS model we've got in for 2025. And I must say, LEGO's done a very awesome job. I'm very happy with this. And hopefully, just maybe, I might be able to pick up this set once it releases. And yeah, I'm just very happy with it, and it does look very cool. So guys, thank you all so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed, please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on all of these sets, guys. As I said, these were all my opinions. You can have your opinions as well. Feel free to leave them in the comments below. I would love to know how you feel about these sets, which ones you're most excited for, and which ones you might be picking up. And yeah, as I said, please don't get angry at me. These are just my opinions on these sets. My thoughts, you know, might be different to yours. And as I said, that's why I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. So guys, thank you all so much for watching this video. Really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, have a great day. Peace out and bye-bye.